clash of two cultures, ladies and gentlemen, basketball fans and lovers of the game tonight. We're diving deep into one of the most fascinating matchups in modern basketball history, the Miami Heat versus the Los Angeles Lakers. This isn't just a meeting between two NBA teams. This is a collision of cultures, of legacies, of ideologies. On one side we have the Los Angeles Lakers, the purple and gold royalty, a team that embodies glitz, glamour, and greatness. The Lakers are Hollywood lights and championship banners. They are Showtime. They are Magic and Kareem, Kobe and Shaq, LeBron and AD. And on the other side, the Miami Heat, born in 1988, but built on grit, sweat, and something they call Heat culture. The Heat are not about flash, they are about fight. They don't chase attention, they earn respect. From Alonzo Mourning's intensity to Dwyane Wade's brilliance to Jimmy Butler's defiance, the Heat are the embodiment of resilience. When these two teams meet, it's not just basketball. It's a battle between glory and grind, between the coast of stars and the city of sweat. The historical backdrop, two franchises, two identities. The Lakers' story stretches back to the 1940s, when they were still the Minneapolis Lakers, dominating the early NBA behind George Mikan. When they moved to Los Angeles in 1960, the league shifted forever. Showtime became a word because of the Lakers. Magic Johnson and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar turned basketball into theater. The 1980s Lakers didn't just win, they entertained. They made fast breaks into ballet, they made passing into poetry, and when Magic retired, the franchise reinvented itself again. Shaquille O'Neal and Kobe Bryant built a dynasty that ruled the early 2000s. 5 championships in a decade cemented the Lakers as the gold standard of professional basketball success. Then came another transformation, the LeBron James era. In 2018, when LeBron arrived, it was about legacy. And in 2020, he delivered a title in the Orlando bubble, his 4th ring, and the Lakers' 17th. Now contrast that with Miami. The Heat's history is shorter, but it's packed with purpose. Pat Riley came to Miami not to just coach a team, he came to build an identity. Under his vision, the Heat became known for toughness, sacrifice, and unity. Heat culture became a phrase that meant something, a commitment to conditioning, to mental toughness, to accountability. The Heat don't rebuild, they reload. In 2006, they captured their first NBA title behind Dwyane Wade and Shaq. In 2012 and 2013, the Big Three, Wade, LeBron, and Chris Bosh, made the Heat the league's hottest team. And under Erik Spoelstra, one of the best coaches in the NBA today, they've remained consistently competitive, even against bigger market teams. So, when the Lakers and Heat meet, we're watching two philosophies collide, the Hollywood production versus the blue-collar masterpiece. The 2020 Finals. Fire meets Showtime now. Let's travel back to 2020. The world was quiet. The arenas were empty. The game was being played inside a bubble. It was the NBA Finals, Miami Heat vs. Los Angeles Lakers. For LeBron James, it was a full-circle moment. He was facing the franchise he once led to 2 championships, a team that had shaped him, taught him, tested him. Now he stood on the other side, wearing purple and gold, with another title within reach. For Miami, it was a story of heart. The Heat weren't supposed to be there. They weren't the favorites. They weren't the super team. They were the underdogs, led by Jimmy Butler, Bam Adebayo, and a squad of hungry young players like Tyler Herro and Duncan Robinson. The Lakers had LeBron and Anthony Davis, the ultimate superstar duo. The Heat had grit, culture, and belief. Game after game, the Heat refused to back down. Jimmy Butler put on one of the most iconic finals performances in NBA history, a 40-point triple, double in Game 3, where he outdueled LeBron James, carried his team, and refused to sit down even when his body screamed otherwise. But the Lakers' talent, depth, and experience proved too much. In 6 hard-fought games, Los Angeles lifted the Larry O'Brien Trophy, tying the Boston Celtics with 17 championships. For LeBron, it was personal. For Miami, it was pride. For basketball fans, it was poetry. That 2020 finals wasn't just about who won or lost. It was about why these teams are great. The Lakers showed dominance, the Heat showed heart. Both walked away with respect. The rivalry in numbers, let's talk facts. Since the Heat entered the league, they and the Lakers have met over 80 times across regular, season, and postseason play. The Lakers have the slight edge, winning around 44 of those games, while the Heat have won about 36. But numbers alone don't tell the story. Every matchup feels different. Every game is a test of willpower, of identity, of legacy. When LeBron returned to Miami in 2014, wearing Lakers colors, the boos, the cheers, the nostalgia all collided in the same moment. For the fans, it was strange to see their hero-turned opponent. For LeBron, it was a reminder of how far he'd come and how much Miami had meant to his journey. Heat culture vs. Laker legacy. To understand this rivalry, you have to understand these two philosophies. The Lakers' legacy is about excellence through stars. They believe in the power of greatness, that one transcendent player can elevate everything. From Magic to Kobe to LeBron, they've always built around icons. The Lakers' story is a love letter to superstar basketball. The Heat's culture, on the other hand, is about collective will. They believe in development, discipline, and the grind. They've turned undrafted players into starters, journeymen into contributors. They've built teams on trust, not just talent. When the Lakers play the Heat, you can almost see these values on the court. The Lakers glide, the Heat grind. The Lakers shine under lights, the Heat sweat under pressure, and yet both philosophies work, both win. That's what makes this matchup so mesmerizing. The stars who defined it. Let's take a moment to honor the players who made this rivalry special. For the Lakers, names like Magic Johnson, Kobe Bryant, Shaquille O'Neal, and LeBron James define eras. Each brought something unique: charisma, intensity, leadership. For the Heat, Dwyane Wade stands as the cornerstone. Flash wasn't just an incredible scorer, he was a symbol of loyalty and fire. Shaq gave Miami its first taste of glory. LeBron brought championships and global attention. Jimmy Butler brought back the underdog heart. There's a beautiful symmetry here. Even Shaq and LeBron have worn both jerseys. They've been the bridge between eras, between coasts, between mentalities. The coaches behind the magic, behind every great team, is a great mind. For Miami, that's Erik Spoelstra. The man started as a video coordinator, climbed every rung of the ladder, and became one of the most respected coaches in NBA history. He's tactical, calm, and unshakable, the perfect embodiment of Heat culture. For the Lakers, the coaching legacy stretches back to Pat Riley, yes, the same man who would later architect the Heat dynasty. Riley was the mastermind of Showtime. He understood charisma and control, flair and focus. And then came Phil Jackson, the Zen master who led Kobe and Shaq to glory through calm and philosophy. Even today, when you see Darvin Ham on the Lakers' sideline and Spoelstra on the Heat's, you're watching two products of those coaching trees: discipline, intelligence, and culture at work. The games that defined the rivalry. Every rivalry has moments that stick in memory, and the Lakers vs. Heat is no different. December 25, 2004, Shaq faces Kobe for the first time after their breakup. The world watched as two former teammates turned rivals squared off. The Lakers fell short, but the drama was cinematic. 2013 regular season, LeBron, Wade, and Bosh faced Kobe's Lakers, two dynasties intersecting. It felt like passing the torch. 2020 Finals Game 5, Jimmy Butler collapses on the scorer's table after carrying Miami to a win. It became an image of pure will, the kind of moment only Heat culture could produce. 2023 regular season matchups. The Heat and Lakers, both aging yet still competitive, faced off in hard, fought, low-scoring battles, proof that pride never fades. The emotional core of the rivalry at its heart. This rivalry isn't built on hate, it's built on respect. The Lakers respect the Heat because they recognize the work, the discipline, the hunger. The Heat respect the Lakers because they understand what it takes to stay on top year after year, under the brightest lights. And for the fans, it's always electric. When the Lakers play in Miami, the arena buzzes with old memories, LeBron's legacy, Wade's triumphs, Bosh's courage. When the Heat visit Los Angeles, it's all about proving that hard work can shine just as bright as Hollywood lights. Beyond basketball, culture and symbolism, this matchup is bigger than basketball. It's Los Angeles, a city of stars, sunshine, and spectacle, versus Miami, a city of sweat, speed, and survival. Both cities embody passion in their own ways. LA is art, Miami is attitude. When these teams play, it's a story about America's dual spirit, the dream and the drive. One chasing perfection, the other chasing purpose. The modern era, what comes next as we stand in 2025, both franchises are evolving. The Lakers are once again in a stage of transformation. LeBron James, in the twilight of his legendary career, continues to defy time, while Anthony Davis anchors the defense. The front office eyes the future, young stars, new possibilities, and the eternal pursuit of another banner. The Miami Heat, meanwhile, remain consistent. Under Erik Spoelstra and Pat Riley, they continue to develop young talent, find gems in unlikely places, and compete deep into the playoffs. Jimmy Butler may be aging, but his leadership and heart still define them. Bam Adebayo is the next cornerstone, and the Heat's scouting and culture guarantee they'll never be out of the conversation. So what's next when Heat meets Lakers again? Expect chess, not checkers. Expect passion, not politics. Expect greatness, because both franchises demand it. Why this rivalry matters: some rivalries are built on proximity. Some are built on hatred, but this is built on respect and contrast. It's the reminder that there's no one way to achieve greatness. You can do it with superstars or with systems. You can do it with flash or with fire. The Lakers and Heat remind us that excellence takes many forms, and that's the beauty of basketball. When you watch these two franchises, you're seeing two philosophies that both work, and that's rare. Closing. Legacy, lessons, and love for the game. So, my friends, when the Lakers and Heat take the court again, watch closely. You're not just watching a game. You're watching decades of legacy, sacrifice, and identity clash in real time. You're watching LeBron, the king who once ruled both kingdoms. You're watching Jimmy Butler, the warrior who refuses to bow. You're watching coaching mastery, cultural pride, and competitive greatness collide under one roof. Because the truth is simple, the Lakers represent what basketball dreams can become. The Heat represent what basketball demands from those dreams. One gives you the vision, the other gives you the work. One brings the lights, the other brings the fire. Together they create the kind of rivalry that defines eras, and that, ladies and gentlemen, that's why Heat vs. Lakers will always be more than a matchup. It's a mirror of basketball's soul. It's Showtime meets sacrifice. It's fire meets fame. It's the game we love at its very best.